this is better. Yeah, I'm a little sloppy because I'm a little weird sometimes, so you gotta forgive me. But I got a lot going on with nothing to do but sit here and talk to you. That was a wrap. Don't miss it. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, you don't know me. I don't know you. But let's talk. Let's talk. I need someone to get on here. I'm sit still for a few minutes. Don't nobody get on here. I'll delete this shit. Fuck it. But I'll try another day. It gonna pay out one way or another. You gonna get to know who I am. I got something to tell you. Look at here. You ever heard of this? Nah, I quit. I crack myself up all by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to laugh. So I'm gonna grab my tea, come back and spill some tea with you. Tune in, tell your family, tell your friends, tune in. Yeah, no. Let's see. Yeah, well, I ain't gonna have nobody on here. Not yet, not yet, not yet. But I could go live on Facebook and have 1,000 views. I don't want that. I want some YouTube attention. I'm gonna be like everybody else. I don't know how to be like everybody else. I don't know how to beg for attention. Shit. I ain't used to this. I like to be in my own little planet. You know what I'm saying? I like to stick to myself. I'm a loner. I don't want you in my business because I don't like friends. Friends come with problems. Problems come with situations. Wasted time. I ain't got time for that. You feel me? So I stay to myself. I mean, what few people I do tolerate and be around, it's very seldom. I mean, I have other issues too that keep me from being around a lot of people, you know, because I am one that do like to go outside and just be around. I don't care to be with people. I just care to be around sometimes, but I ain't even capable of doing that right now. Cause I got cancer. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna share my little story with you. YouTube. Yeah, yeah. So my name is on here is I'm Not Okay podcast. Cause you see, I'm trying to set up my own little. Yeah, I mean, but back to the story. Yeah, I got cancer. You know what I'm saying? I got multiple myeloma, and then I got osteoporosis. Just came out. I came about suddenly. Kind of caught me off guard through my whole life off track, and until recently, I didn't never really deal with my own emotions about it. So I went through that little episode briefly. Sometimes when you don't face your own problems, They kind of sneak up on you, weigh you down. You know what I mean? But it made me realize something like, sometimes you got to be able to say you're not okay to get ahead. You're not in control, in manners that you would like to think you are, just when you think you're at the peak of something and everything is working out the way you want it to, sometimes things crash. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I went through a whole ordeal where I couldn't walk and, you know, things of that nature. Um, the osteoporosis, has begun to eat at my spine a little bit. That's why I'm sitting here with the pillow and shit, because it helps me, to be able to sit and function. You know, um, I didn't been through life like what twice behind me having cancer and osteoporosis. Um, it's been a rough 2.5 years, which a lot of people don't make it with the diagnosis that I have. You know, to live for 2 years. So I'm grateful. I'm good. I'm not crying or complaining about nothing I'm going through because it's a part of life. Somebody's gonna go through something. The reason why I decided to, like I said, call this, the I'm Not Okay podcast, because as a world, we all suffer in our own kind of way, but we think we in control and we really not, man. There's so many different forces at play that, unless we talk about them, we can never find solutions to them. So, before I leave this planet, those that I love, I'm going to prove to them that I love them by, leaving something behind that they can reflect on and help them to map out the future. Not just in a culturalistic way, meaning being black, being from the hood or something, but I also mean in politics and other aspects of life, because we don't really tend to look at how things well round themselves in life, but are intertwined or interconnected, so we overlook these things. So I want to bring these things to light in my own unique sort of way. So this is my little podcast channel, and I haven't really never got on here like this. I've compiled videos together. Basically, I want you to be able to formulate your own idea. I want you to be able to see for yourself and come up to your own conclusion, because the way these here apps are set up, they're only going to bombard you with the information they want you to have. A lot of this other information you got to be willing to seek. And I understand, you know, us as people, we don't always have time to sit down and, figure these things out. So I do. Let me show them to you. For instance, I got this one video. I'm just learning a lot of this stuff, but I'm learning it to my own detail. I'm learning how to cut, paste, do all this crazy stuff. Like I didn't even really know was possible with these videos. You know what I mean? But with the one video I put up, I got Dr. Claude Anderson. He started off talking, and it's something he did recently. Like I ain't really trying to steal his shine or nothing, but I figured it fit my narrative, it fit my story, so I used it. You know what I'm saying? Where he's talking about how to build a community, because moving forward, we're gonna have to learn or know how to reconstruct our communities. I don't care what we go through. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, the way things look today, tomorrow we're definitely going to have to learn to reconstruct our communities, and we're going to have to learn how to empower each other within these communities, because all these barriers and all these things, they just put them to bed with these open borders. So we're going to need each other more than we think we're going to need each other. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So with that being said, I just want to, you know I want to give you some things to think about. I want to tell you some things I understand. and maybe you can share them. Like I'm not trying to get on here and be like everybody else. 'Cause that's not what I do. I don't do what everybody else is doing. I've never done that. So the way I bring you information, I'm going to show it to you. I'm not going to go just by what somebody else is putting up there or what somebody else is saying. If I can bring you statistics and we can sit down and talk about that, that's what I'm going to do. If I can use personal experience to talk about that, then that's what I'm going to do. But either way, I want to give you the best understanding of anything that I think I have an understanding of. And I'm not going to give you something I'm not certain of. I could be wrong. So I'm willing for you to say that, oh, that's not right. It's this way. And I'll go and look at it. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Okay, I was wrong about this. This is what this means. And this is how I see this now. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I got on here talking about me having cancer to the world, or anything that I'm going through, and I'm a loner, I don't really do things like that, is because I'm willing to open up, show you my emotions, show you I do have pride about myself, I do have self dignity about myself, but I can't get you to trust me if I can't show you who I am, if I can't give you who I am in a whole or in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that without showing you I'm a person who works with genuine emotion. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I've been beat up, I've been sent to the penitentiary. I've been abused as a child, I've been raped, I've been all kinds of things. So I have vast amount of things that I could sit here and talk about. But if I talk about them, I'm going to talk about them with them being solution based. I'm not going to sit around and talk about them in manners to, you know, distract you from what you could be accomplishing, because at some point you look into these apps and these places for a peace of mind, and sometimes you don't always find it, but you get distracted from answering questions sometimes, or problem solving sometimes. So we need to understand that there's somebody out here, you know what I'm saying, that can help you. Even if it ain't me, then maybe someone in one of these comments, because this is going to grow. This is my movement. This is going to grow. This is going to be something different, and this is something I'm going to work hard at. You know what I'm saying? So if you come across this, please continue to watch, continue to pay attention, because I guarantee you, I will give you something you have never seen on this internet, because that's what I desire to do. I desire to give you something you have not seen before. They change the capability of what the internet can give you. And right now, this youth with this internet stuff, I need for y'all to understand that this is a powerful tool that they're gonna take control of in a matter of weeks, months to a year. With all the PR, or with all the propaganda and all the stuff they got going on, understand how much they already control the information that you're able to have just with the words fact check. Like, I mean, you lie to your mama, you lie to your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your brother. You know what I mean? You don't get fact checked there. Why? Because it's called freedom of speech. Well, if you fact check me and I'm saying I can't say what I want to say, so now I got to take it down or get banned from an app. That goes to show you right there at to what level or to what extent your politics should be playing in favor for you, but they don't. That's why I started with that, just to get you to understand how well, or how rounded of a conversation I can have with you. So I just need for you to be willing to sit back, relax, and allow me to figure out how not to be, camera shy. Because although it may not seem like it now, really is that I'm like, oh my God, I'm in front of a camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really care for attention. So, like, this is, to me, this is ultimate attention sinking, unless it's for educational purposes. And that's the only way I look at these things, in a whole. I turn on YouTube every day, but there's something educational on there. I don't watch much TV, and I don't get caught up in this feminist movement. In fact, I'm be one that speaks highly against it. But I hope you don't shut me out or close me out, because the information that I could give you on, this movement is something you have never heard before. And like I said, I'm going to bring it to you with statistics, and I'm going to bring it to you in books. feminine. I'm going to bring it to you in a plethora of ways, and I'm not gonna dumb it down, so to speak, but I'm gonna put it in layman terms. That way, I don't out talk anybody or um, leave any understanding untouched, if that makes sense. So, what I want to do is I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Darnell Henderson. You know, I'm your host, and I hope to you know titillate your mind a little bit and give you something to gossip about with some substance. Because I'm not going to work for my own feeling. Men are not supposed to be attached to things that matter, because you got to be able to make the difficult decisions. And just to give you a little bit of the feminist movement that kills that. Because empowering one over the other makes no sense. We each got roles to play. So when you disrupt the roles that we have to play, there's nothing left but chaos, because there's no boundaries. There's no space for improvement, because everything is in disarray. It's running amok, so to speak, eh, to where it's just bound to eat at itself or clash. And I would rather say eat at itself, simply because you know it's gonna it's gonna attack us from within, meaning it's already being used. Hey, excuse me, let's start that over. I don't want to say it's already being used. What I will say is you're being taken advantage of following these things, and by repeating these things and letting these things play out. You know, I don't want to get on here and seem like I'm some type of know-it-all. That's never my plight. So I enjoy, the few minutes that you allow me to speak. And remember, I'm your host, Darnell Henderson. Um, Please bear with me. We'll be right back.